AND operator. Okay, so the SQL AND operator, the where clause can contain one or many AND operators. Yeah, we've talked about the where clause where we want to specify a condition where something happens. Let's this particular query run. You understand? So the where clause works with this AND operator. Okay, and if you remember when we talked about data, when we talked about operators, okay, we said we have what we call logical operators. We have and this or this, not. Okay, so and, or, and not. If you check, the next two tutorials we'll be having are your SQL or SQL not. Okay, so here, just like I told you, you can actually specify that people that will be beneficiaries to a particular empowerment program should be people that are indigent or people that are seed indigens of that particular community. So you're looking at indigent people and you're looking at indigens. And means the person, when you're using and, it means the person must be indigent and the person must be an indigent. Indigent simply means the person cannot really afford his or her basic needs. The person is impoverished and below poverty line of earning $1 per day. The WHO poverty line is $1 per day. So anybody that cannot earn up to $1 per day is indigent. So and operator means that what is, and remember these are operators. Remember we said what operators operate on are called operands. What operators operate on are called what? Operands. So what's in the left hand side of the operator is the first operand. What is in the right hand side of the operator is the second operand. Now when you're using and, it means what is on the left hand side has to be true. What is on the right hand side also has to be true for your statement to return true. So it means the person has to be indigent and also an indigent. When you're using or, the one on the left can be any of the both can be true. Both of them can also be true for your statement to return true. But your statement to return false if none of them returns true. If the person is not indigent and the person also is not an indigent of that community, it's return false. When you're talking about not simply means it will only return true if and only if the operands do not return true. So if the operands return false, that's the only time it can return true. Not is a very powerful logical operator. So the AND operator is used to filter records based on more than one condition. So when you want to filter records based on more than one condition, you use the AND operator. Like if you want to return all customers from Spain that starts with the letter G. So how do we return all the customers in your database, all customers from Spain that starts with a letter G? How do we do that? First of all, you run your select statement. We select all records from customers. We select all fields and all records from customers where the country is Spain. And so where country is Spain is the first operand. And customer like G. We'll explain this like keyword, okay? We'll be looking at like later. But this like searches for a pattern, okay? Like searches for a pattern. The pattern here is that we are looking for letters that start with G. G with percentage. This G with a percentage simply means anything that starts with G. That's why the G comes before the percentage. If the percentage comes before the G, it simply means any word that ends with G. But here, this simply means any of the customer names that starts with G. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try this particular. Let's try this in our own work. All right, so we go over to our Postgres and we open up our query tool for our students and we run our code here. And in this code, we want to get all our students, select all from students, where their first name, where country or where their state is Imo. So we want to look for students that are from Imo states in our database and their first name starts with G. So we want to look for students that are from Imo State and students that their first name starts with. So the two operands must be true. They must return true. The student has to be from Imo State, and also the student has to have a first name that starts with a G. So when we run this code, we see if it returns anything. Yes, it returns 3 records. We have 3 records of students that are from Imo State, and their first name starts with G. We have God's will, we have goodness, and we have God gift. Okay. Now you ask many of the students have been asking questions about how do we really take this and maybe plot a graph and have some visuals. Okay, you see a download button at the top right corner, either at the top right corner or at the bottom left corner. This area, you either see this button, something like this for downloading. So when you click on download, it will try to save your results. When you view this, when you save this result, so let me save this result to my downloads. I'll call this result Imo and G. So I'm going to call this result Imo and G. Okay. Now this Imo and G, when I try to open it, let's go there. When I try to open it with Excel, let's see, you discover that what is in this file is simply only and only the records. What is in this file is only the records that you have queried from your database. Only the records you have queried from your database. And with this, you can build whatever visuals you want to build. All right, let's continue with the tutorial. Okay, so this is the syntax for and. You select the first column, second column, or you can select all columns, or you can select particular columns you want. From your table, you have to call the table name, and you have to specify the first condition, second condition. You can have multiple, you can have unlimited conditions. Okay, so what's the difference between and or? And versus or. Okay, what is the difference between and or? The and operator displays a record of all. The and operator displays a record if all the conditions are true. The or operator displays a record if any of the conditions are true. All right, this is a demo. This is an example. Here, all conditions have to be true. The following SQL statement selects all fields from customers where country is Germany and city is Berlin and postal code is higher than 12,000. So postal code higher, this greater than sign is uh, one of the operators we have. Okay, if something is greater than, the and, or, and not are logical operators. This greater than sign, equal sign are conditional operators. The and, or, and not are logical operators. Logic. Combining and or, yes, you can actually combine and or. You can combine and or operators. I hope this is not tautology. You can actually combine the and or operators. The following SQL statement selects all customers from Spain that starts with a G or an R. So here we're looking at selecting customers from Spain that starts with a G or an R. So it must start with either a G or an R. The and operator covers customers from Spain and G and R, while the or operator covers just for the G and R. So in our code, we have select all from customers where country is Spain. And then in parentheses, you have to put these guys in parentheses because you're making a different logical statement here. You have to say, you have to put them in different in a parentheses and then say customer name like. Remember this like operator, your like keyword is used to check for patterns. So we're looking for customer names that start with G or customer names that start with R, but they have to read something here has to return true with country from Spain. All right. So without parentheses, the select statement to return all customers from Spain that starts with a G plus all customers that starts with an R regardless of the country. So if you don't put parentheses, it's not going to work on the or statement first. The parentheses, it has to with parentheses, it has to compare against country called Spain. So whatever it's doing for the getting customer name starting with G or customer name starting with R, it has to do it looking for names that are from Spain. They just have to be names that are from Spain. So to solve this problem, you have to put your parentheses. If you don't put your parentheses, they said without parentheses, the select statement to return all customers from Spain that starts with a G plus all customers that starts with an R, regardless of the country. Okay, so this is an example, and the results will return all customers that start that come from Spain and have a name starting with G, and then it will return all customer names starting with an R. So it's going to analyze the first two operands and then analyze the last operand. Okay, so to solve that issue, you have to put your or operator in parentheses. So here is the end of our tutorial. We'll be starting up with the or operator in our next tutorial. Thank you.